Breaking news right now, a fast-moving wildfire is prompting level 3 evacuations near Moscow, Idaho. So anyone who lives north of 3830 Mountain View Road needs to leave right now. You can see that huge plume of smoke that it is putting out at this hour.
According to the city of Moscow, structures and significant land are currently burning. It is unclear right now how large the fire is at this point. Fire crews are asking everyone to not fly drones in the area. And now a Red Cross shelter has been set up at Latah County Fairgrounds. We'll have more information just as soon as we get an update on this story. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 6 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
It's good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward. We now know how the 18-year veteran firefighter of Spokane County District 9 died while on duty last week.
According to the division chief, Lieutenant Cody Traber fell from a bridge while trying to locate a reported fire. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley shares more about what happened last Thursday night.
This fire engine here behind me, engine 92, is the truck that Lieutenant Cody Traber was on the night he died. Today, we learned that night Lieutenant Traber fell from a bridge near Highway 395 and Wandemere Road. The flags at Spokane County Fire District 9 are flying half-staff today, honoring the life of Lieutenant Cody Traber.
We're all struggling to get through this difficult time.
If you follow this line of his fellow firefighters this afternoon, they lead you to the last truck he served on and the reason Lieutenant Traber is not here today. Division Chief Bobby Schindler explains Lieutenant Traber was dispatched to a wildland fire about 9:45 Thursday night.
When Engine 92 arrived near the location, they were unable to locate any evidence of a fire. The engine moved to the Wandemere Bridge to gain a better vantage point in search of the fire. Soon after, Lieutenant Cody Traber fell from the bridge.
He says that bridge has no lights and it was already dark when crews arrived. The crew of 7 never located the fire that night. The department does not believe it was a bogus call, but one of good intent.
Lieutenant Traber was trying to gain a vantage point where he could see a large area in that Wandemere Valley. And he was looking north and south to try to see what he could see from that high vantage point.
We learned today Traber also trained at the Volunteer Fire Academy on District 9's campus. It serves Spokane County Fire District 4 and 9, along with Stevens County Fire District 1. The division chief describes the type of leader he was on and off duty.
Cody was a very outgoing person. He was a kind man. He was a family man. He had a sense of humor. And people just really enjoyed his presence and enjoyed being around him.
Washington State Patrol, Spokane County Sheriff's Office, and the Washington Department of Labor and Industries are investigating what happened that night. Additional details are expected to be released later. Reporting in Meade, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
And Lieutenant Traber's procession will be happening tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. He'll be moved from the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office to Heritage Funeral Home.
Also tonight, the Colfax community is mourning the loss of its longtime fire chief. Jim Kraus died while fighting a brush fire on Saturday night. He served as the fire chief in Colfax for 40 years and volunteered as a firefighter for 52 years. On Saturday, Kraus died of an apparent heart attack while pulling line at a brush fire. We're told it was his 4th call of the day when he collapsed. Medics tried but were unable to revive him. Now his colleagues and the entire community are mourning the loss of a man known for his love of helping those around him.
His presence here in our department was a huge, what can I say? He had a huge presence here in our department. He's been involved here for over 50 years, teaching, mentoring, leading. He truly had huge feet, but I mean, literally he had big feet, but he's left some huge boots to fill.
The fire department says it is planning to hold a memorial service for Kraus in the next few weeks. We'll make sure to let you know when those details are finalized. They also expect fire crews from all across the state to come and attend in Kraus's honor.
Meantime, today, Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz took to Twitter to express her condolences for the loss of Chief Kraus. She included her thoughts are with the family and his crew. She also wrote, "Thank you for your 52 years of service to the Colfax community. Rest in peace, Chief Kraus." Well, in other news, Spokane City Council is scheduled to vote tonight on a pair of significant proposals regarding homelessness and another that could change the way you park downtown.
We want to get straight to political reporter Casey Decker with a breakdown. Casey?
Yeah, Whitney, Mark, let's talk about those homelessness measures first. You might remember earlier this summer, City Council passed an ordinance. That one broadened the requirements for when emergency cooling, warming, and air quality centers need to be opened. For instance, rather than 3 days of 100-degree temps, the city now has to open cooling centers after just 2 days of 95-degree temps. Well, in order to make that happen, it's going to cost a little bit of money. So today, the council will vote to make a change to the budget, allocating an additional $150,000 out of the general fund to pay for these centers. But the actions tonight, they're not just in regards to short-term housing like these emergency centers. There's also a resolution on the table for longer-term homelessness solutions, namely the Bridge Shelter, also called the Way Out Shelter, being run by the Salvation Army. The county, the city of Spokane, and the city of Spokane Valley are all going in together to fund it. And the idea is that rather than just having an overnight shelter, this facility will be by referral only. People will stay there for a couple months, getting tailored help from case managers, and then they'd ideally move on to more independent housing. If the resolution passes tonight, it would commit a total of $3.5 million to the Salvation Army to run that shelter over the next 5 years. And finally tonight, downtown parking may soon look different. You know, it can get pretty frustrating having to deal with all the different apps and kiosks and meters that all seem to have different protocols. Well, some folks in the city, they want to standardize it. They want to go only with those kiosks on major downtown roads, the kind where there's just 1 or 2 per block, and you go up and you type in your license plate, or even better, you just use an app. Tonight, the council will vote on a resolution that would commit to making that transition swiftly. All these proposals are scheduled to be voted on in the meeting that just started a few moments ago, though some may end up being deferred to a later meeting. We'll be sure to let you know the results on KREM.com and here on KREM 2 News at 10 and 11 tonight. Whitney, Mark.
Casey, thank you very much. Let's switch gears to talk weather. A red flag warning has been issued for much of the inland Northwest because of critical fire danger. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sherry joining us now from the Outdoor Weather Center. And Tom, what sort of conditions should we expect?
Well, the wind is really the big problem right now. Gusty winds are going to continue through about 9 this evening. You can see that everywhere shaded in red here. This is where the red flag warning is in effect, and it's in effect through 9 o'clock tonight. We've got a pretty good southwesterly breeze right now blowing in across the area, depending on your location where you are. These are some of the recorded wind gusts today. We've had 25-mile-an-hour winds in Spokane, down around Pullman and the Moscow area, where we've got an active fire now burning in Moscow, Idaho. You've got wind gusts that have been recorded at 30 miles per hour. You can see 28-mile-an-hour winds down in towards the Tri-Cities area. 32-mile-an-hour wind gusts now down towards Walla Walla. And a lot of that southwesterly wind blowing the smoke now back into the area. 79 degrees, the current temperature. You can see the wind now out of the south at 22 miles an hour. That's being recorded out at the airport. Current air quality at about 4 o'clock during our new 4 p.m. hour-long show. We started out with good air quality, and by the time we got towards closer to 5 o'clock, it had dropped down into the moderate air quality range. You can see the current air quality index right now is in the mid-50s. So we'll look for an overnight low of 49 tonight and 70 the high tomorrow. So it is a dry, cool front that is moving in for Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll see decreasing wind later tonight, closer to midnight. For the weekend, though, this is the Labor Day weekend. Looks pretty special. Partly cloudy skies both Saturday and Sunday. Nice way to have the unofficial end of summer. A high temperature of 81 on Saturday and 80 expected on Sunday. I'll have a look at your 10-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Loving that weekend forecast, Tom. Thank you very much. Meantime, a GoFundMe account has been set up for a favorite Spokane bookstore that had its storefront windows smashed out last night. Auntie's Bookstore window was shattered. The damage will cost them a couple of $1,000s to repair. The good news, no one was hurt during the incident and nothing was stolen. Spokane police say they do have a suspect in custody, and that person is being charged with malicious mischief and obstruction. So far, that GoFundMe has raised about $145, but if you're in need of a book or a candle or a tote, the store says they could certainly use your support.
As we take a look at the numbers tonight for the coronavirus, staggering hospitalization data today from Spokane Regional Health District. 219 people currently hospitalized in Spokane County. 291 brand new cases of the coronavirus have also been reported just today. 5 new deaths were also reported today. The health district says just over 52% of Spokane County residents are fully vaccinated.
Now heading to North Idaho, where the Panhandle Health District is reporting 316 new cases today. Their hospitalizations also high, with 102 people currently in the hospital due to the virus. 358 people have died in North Idaho since the start of the pandemic.
All right, still to come tonight, the race is on to save lives in the Gulf Coast. The latest on the destruction left behind in Hurricane Ida's wake and how volunteers from the inland Northwest are helping out.
Plus, later on, America's longest war has officially ended as the last U.S. troops exited Afghanistan. What happens next after the break?